Thank you for joining the earnings briefing for the LIFULL Group for the second quarter of the fiscal year ending September 30th, 2022. I would like to introduce today's participants, starting with those in the audience. We have Inoue, President and CEO, Ito, Director and Managing Officer, and Fukuzawa, Managing Officer. Online participants include Managing Officers Yamada, Hada, Tsutsui, Kawasaki, and Nagasawa. Good morning and thank you for joining us today. This is Inoue Takashi, President and CEO of the LIFULL Group. I am usually the one who gives the earnings briefing presentations, but today Ito Yuji, Director and General Manager of LIFULL Homes, will be discussing the slides with you. Ito joined LIFULL as a new graduate 16 years ago, and although he's still in his 30s, he's in charge of our core business, LIFULL Homes. Currently, he is leading the company towards a new business model and positioning through mid to long-term investments. Therefore, I would like you to hear a detailed explanation about our current situation and our investments, and how these will bring about a higher corporate value directly from him. I will of course act as a moderator during the following Q&A session. Mr. Ito, please proceed. This is Ito Yuji, Director and Managing Officer. Thank you for joining us today for our earnings briefing for the second quarter of the 2022 fiscal year. First, we have outlined our main points for the presentation. Revenue was 18 billion yen, a Y-on-Y increase of 1.1%, and operating profit was 500 million yen, down 70.8% from the last year. Despite increases in revenue for the overseas and other businesses segments, revenue was at approximately the same level as the previous year due to the delay in the recovery of LIFULL Homes. Regarding operating profit, we have been implementing our investment plans for promotion and system development for the current fiscal year, and are focusing on increasing revenue growth. As a result, SG&A expenses increased. At the bottom of this slide, we have listed 3 other topics. We issued revisions to the full year forecast yesterday. This will be explained later on page 9. We are also making steady progress towards the transformation of LIFULL Homes through our investments and new services. This will be explained from page 16 onward. Finally, in our overseas business, we are making progress boosting our business in Latin America, and I will give you more details starting from slide 23. Next, I would like to move on to the financial figures for the second quarter. Here you can see the condensed statement of income and loss. Sales revenue was 18 billion yen, up 1.1%. Cost of sales remained largely flat, and SG&A expenses amounted to 15.59 million yen, an increase of 12.2% YOY. As a result, operating income was 522 million yen, down by 70.8% YOY, and net profit was 185 million yen, down by 81.9% YOY. Taking a look at the footnotes at the bottom of the page, Note 1 refers to sales revenue by segment on page 5. Note 2 on personnel expenses refers to the impact of capitalized assets in LIFULL Connect during the previous fiscal year. The number of overseas employees also increased by 79 this fiscal year due to the acquisition of Properati. As a result, personnel expenses went up by 7.9%. Note number 3 is about advertising expenses, which increased by 15.8% YOY due to the impact of active investments for business expansion, both domestically and abroad. Other items, as pointed out in Note 4, increased by 18.2% YOY, mainly due to the increase of outsourcing costs for system investment and the increase of system usage fees. Finally, other income and expenses are explained in Note 5 and reflect foreign exchange fluctuations. Next are the revenue and income by segment. The decrease in revenue for the home services segment was mainly due to adjustments following the change in pricing scheme. Overseas revenue increased due to an increase in premium advertising and the acquisition of Properati. 3.7% out of the 10.7% YoY revenue increase are due to the effect of the depreciation of the yen against the euro. The other businesses segment includes LIFULL Senior and other subsidiaries, as well as the positive impact of regional revitalization. The lower section shows income and loss by segment. Income in the home services segment decreased due to continued investment and lower sales. The overseas segment was affected by the acquisition of Properati in January and an increase in advertising expenses as the market recovered. Next, I would like to talk about our key performance indicators. As you can see, our client network is continuing to grow. In particular, we are seeing more real estate clients in the custom-built, resale, and investment markets. On the other hand, ARPA has continued on a downward trend. There are two reasons for this. First, we are strategically growing our client network in the number of clients, especially in rural areas. Second, I would like to point out that ARPA is calculated by dividing total revenue by the number of clients. Therefore, ARPA decreases in line with the overall sales revenue. Next, I would like to take a look at our statements of financial position and goodwill. There are no major changes, but I would like to explain 2 points related to non-current assets. The first one is that we have completed our investment in Hashdash Holdings to develop a platform for small-scale real estate transactions via blockchain. Therefore, shares of affiliates increased by 750 million yen. The second point concerns goodwill, one line above. The goodwill of LIFULL Connect increased by 920 million yen due to the depreciation of the yen. Please refer to the bottom of the page for a breakdown of the status of major goodwill and depreciable assets. Next, I would like you to take a look at our statements of cash flow. Tax credits were received for the restructuring of the Mitchell Group. The impact of this change resulted in 1 billion yen increase of operating cash flows. In addition, we borrowed 800 million yen to acquire shares of Hashdash Holdings. In this next section, we will discuss the revisions of the full-year earnings forecast. First, I would like to point out there are no major changes to our long-term strategy. As the excerpt from our presentation for fiscal year 2021 shows, we are focusing on expanding the scale of our real estate information service business, both in Japan and overseas. There are also no major changes to our strategy for the current fiscal year. This fiscal year, we are making intensive investments to accelerate the strategic transformation of LIFULL Homes. As Inoue mentioned at the beginning of this presentation, we are concentrating on investments that will enable us to position ourselves differently, growing from an information media company to a housing search partner for our users. We are facing fierce competition, so we believe it is absolutely essential that we differentiate our company and products from our competitors. Then we will ensure that our users are aware of the changes through increased promotional activities. As mentioned, we are making necessary investments to innovate our services, mainly in system-related costs, in promotion to raise awareness, and in hiring and training human resources to support these efforts. Our goal is not just to receive inquiries and deliver leads, but to increase the likelihood that a lead from LIFULL Homes will translate into a contract for our clients, and thereby improve user and client satisfaction. In fact, some of our major clients have already expressed that confirming lead quality is a major management issue for their companies, and efforts to increase the likelihood of a sale would be very helpful. Therefore, these clients will be willing to work together with us, and we believe the demand for these kinds of services is extremely high. Next, I would like to discuss the domestic business environment for LIFULL Homes. In the current fiscal year, the situation caused by the pandemic has been stabilizing, so we assumed that the market would recover with a gradual restoration of economic activities when creating our forecast at the beginning of the year. However, looking at the current situation, we believe market recovery is still limited. In addition, we made changes to our partnerships with other real estate websites and have, as a result, adjusted our revenue for the current fiscal year. In terms of the real estate market, we're seeing a dip of between 10 to 20% in total transactions for both rental and sales units. Considering the impact of these factors on leads through LIFULL Homes, we have made conservative revisions to our earnings forecast for the second half of the year. Next, I would like to touch on the international business environment surrounding LIFULL Connect. Since the beginning of the current fiscal year, there has been a continuing downward trend in sales from AdSense on aggregation websites. In addition, the impact of the conflict in the Ukraine, as well as other factors, have led to a situation that is very difficult to predict. And for these reasons, we have revised our earnings forecast for the second half of the year. To sum up, we have made conservative revisions to our forecast due to delays in market recovery and other factors. But although we are making these revisions, we also plan to continue investments to expand the scale of our business while keeping a close eye on the current situation. In the new forecast, we have revised revenue from 39 billion yen to 36 billion yen, as well as operating income and net profit to 400 million yen and minus 100 million yen respectively. However, as I mentioned, although we have revised our earnings forecast, we intend to pursue our investments as planned this fiscal year. For the next fiscal year and beyond, we will carefully verify the results of our initiatives to determine our best course of action. Next, I would like to share the progress of LIFULL Homes towards becoming a super hyper assistant with you. Here we have provided an overview and update on the progress of our new services. Our goal is to increase the likelihood that an inquiry will translate into a sale for our clients by ensuring that every user finds the right home with our new features and functions. The first of our 3 pillars is richer listings. Of course, we continue to track the information posted on our website, but we are also working to improve the quality and quantity of property information, not only the number of properties. We are also augmenting this with more detailed neighborhood information, 3D floor plans utilizing AI image recognition technology, and another of other methods. Our second pillar is search assistance. We are revolutionizing our search features in order to help users find the perfect property for their individual needs. In the past, we released a feature which sends notifications of new listings via Line, a mobile chat app, as well as search options that no other company has, such as nice-to-have searches. This feature allows users the option of selecting nice-to-have criteria to their searches instead of just filtering by hard yes or no criteria. We were the first to release this feature, and it is still not available on any other portal site in Japan. We also offer a wide variety of search tools to help users find a new home based on their own preferences. Our third pillar is personal support. Here we are offering more follow-up, concierge-like services for users to further improve the quality of the leads we are sending to real estate companies. More clients continue to use our online property viewing and paperwork system, LIFULL Homes Live. And in addition, we are strengthening our own concierge services and expanding them throughout Japan. We've also released our first AI-powered search feature, AI Homeskun Beta. Through these efforts, we believe we can improve lead quality for our clients. And at the same time, we are also expanding the usefulness of our login feature to make it a fundamental element of our transformation. On the next slide, you can get a look at the login feature that I just mentioned. In order to help users find the best home possible, we have renewed our login function. This renewal allows us to better understand user needs and has also led to a significant increase in new registrations. In addition, as part of our efforts to utilize cutting-edge AI technology, we released AI Homeskun Beta, an AI home recommendation system, on February 10, 2022. Users answer 9 simple questions in a chat-like interface, and AI Homeskun automatically generates a home seeker profile suited to the user's needs. Then, based on this profile, we can personalize property suggestions or the way that search results appear on a results page. Moving forward, we will continue to expand this feature and the capabilities of LIFULL Homes, as well as provide enhanced support through detailed property-related information and content. Another feature unique to LIFULL Homes is our flood hazard map. This is an improved version of our original feature that allows users to check for flood risks while searching for properties. We've also released a number of different rankings, such as the most popular cities to live, to give users a better idea of the areas that might interest them. At the same time, we're also strengthening our promotional activities. In line with the strategy, we have expanded the broadcast period and broadcast area of our television commercials to promote our approach based on individuality in searches. We are also conducting promotion through various channels, including video advertisements on YouTube and also audio advertisements. Our newest TV commercials began airing on January 14, 2022, and featured Japanese stars Kawaguchi Haruna and Yamasato Ryota. The concept for the commercials is built around heaps of homeschoons who help each individual user find just the right home. We plan to continue broadcasting after April to raise brand recognition. We've also expanded the area where our commercials are broadcast, and you can see these new areas on the map. From this expansion, we've seen an increase in the number of inquiries and an increase in new clients in conjunction with new sales activities. As a result of our various initiatives and new services and features to improve user satisfaction, we've been named number 1 in 4 different rankings. First, LIFULL Homes ranked number 1 in terms of usability for information on rental properties for both PCs and smartphones. LIFULL Homes has also reached the number 1 position in information and content, as well as useful features and services for sale properties. Finally, we've been ranked number 1 in our growth market of home appraisals. We will continue to innovate the LIFULL Homes website and make the site even more user-friendly. In this next section, I would like to talk about LIFULL Connect, our overseas business. First, I would like to note that revenue for premium advertising, the core of our aggregation business, has recovered to pre-COVID levels as clients increase. In addition, thanks to the acquisition of the portal network Properati in Latin America, another of our areas of focus, sales in the region are growing steadily, up 40% from the previous year. As I mentioned on the last slide, we are making good progress in strengthening our real estate business in Latin America through the integration of Properati. The number of clients has increased by approximately 2.3 times in the past 6 months. In addition, to enhance the value we provide to our customers, we have completed the integration of Propit, a management tool for real estate professionals for Properati clients. This powerful tool allows real estate professionals to post ads on multiple LIFULL Connect websites and is aiding the expansion of both our media and business support services. We've also seen an increase of 41% in leads per visit after adding more details to properties listed via Propit. With various modifications and the release of apps for iPhone and Android, we've seen a dramatic increase in real estate professionals using the service. In May, we acquired Wasi, a company headquartered in Colombia that has been developing and operating a real estate CRM since 2012. Although revenue is still relatively small, the company grew at a rapid rate of 40% over the previous year. We've acquired the company to provide value to overseas real estate professionals, and the addition of Wasi also allows us the opportunity to provide new services in addition to Propit. In regard to technology, Wasi offers connections to more than 50 portals and social media platforms, including the LIFULL Connect websites. It also offers a variety of outstanding features that support the day-to-day operations of real estate professionals. The service is already available in 20 countries and is being used by more than 4,500 clients. The company has a strong customer service team and extremely high retention rates, which we believe are very promising. Finally, I would like to share a few other initiatives of the LIFULL Group with you today. As a part of our sustainability policy, we have established 8 key topics of materiality. For more detailed information, please refer to our investor information website, listed at the bottom of the page. We've also received recognition by third-party organizations for our other initiatives. We changed our company name from Next to LIFULL in 2017, and since then we have received praise from external parties for both our branding, which has been highly regarded since early 2017, and our efforts towards becoming a great place to work, which has been our goal since our establishment. In particular, LIFULL has received the Best of the Best award from the Japan Branding Awards 2021. This was the highest level of recognition. We are very pleased that our efforts over the last 5 years have been well received, and we remain very confident in our branding abilities. Employee engagement has been an important topic since our founding. and we continue to enjoy a high level of engagement, ranking 5th in the Best Motivation Company Awards in 2022. This concludes my presentation for you today. Thank you very much for your attention, and I would like to now move on to our question and answer session. Question. There are a few things I would like to ask about the home services segment. First of all, does the number of customers on the left side of page 6 correspond to the number of customers for rental and sale, or only for sales? Answer. Inoue. The number of clients includes all the companies that we deal with in the real estate industry, including rental companies and sale companies and distribution companies. This number includes both house builders and developers. Question. Then on page 12, looking at the rental and sales sections, I'm very concerned about the figures, especially the fall in the number of leases in the rental section. Can we apply this then to the numbers on page 6 to assess revenue and rentals and sales separately? Answer. Inoue. Of course, we have this information as internal reference materials. There was a time when we disclosed this information in great detail, but what we have concluded is that we should provide value to the company without making the distinction between developers or house builders or rent or sale. Also, our goal is to make it easier for users to find the perfect fit. In order to expand this ecosystem, we want to increase the number of customers and raise the unit price per customer, regardless of the type of industry or business. Finally, 5 or 6 years ago, we modified our disclosure policy and now largely summarize our efforts with the goal of increasing ARPA by providing more value to our clients. Question. Looking back to page 12, you mentioned that the market hadn't completely recovered yet. I would like to know if the situation has changed recently after the Golden Week holidays in May. Is your statement still as true as it was in April when the data were prepared, or has the situation changed? I would also like to ask if you've made any distinctions between urban and rural areas. Answer. Ito. Regarding the market environment, the Golden Week holidays are over, but we still think the recovery is limited. Especially in the last 2 or 3 years, due to the pandemic, we've undergone several states of emergency and semi-states of emergency in Japan. So the environment has changed every year, and it is difficult to make accurate predictions. Regarding the Golden Week holidays, the recovery is still limited both in the city centers and rural areas, but we are closely monitoring the situation going forward. Question. My last question concerns page 11. There's a section on improving lead quality, and I would like to get some quantitative information on this topic. The number of contracts can be seen here, but it is the number of contracts in response to inquiries. I would appreciate a comment on the current state of inquiries and signed contracts. Also, if you can see any changes in these efforts you are currently undertaking, could you please comment on where these changes are visible? Answer. Ito. First of all, we do not disclose the number of inquiries due to issues of competition, but we are currently implementing several measures to improve the likelihood that an inquiry will translate into a sale for real estate agencies. In particular, we are enhancing various support functions to improve the quality of leads sent to our clients, and we are beginning to see success stories on a client-by-client basis. We will continue to expand these activities and to promote them to users and clients. Answer. Inoue. Thank you very much. I would like to add some remarks related to the questions we have just received. Recently, there has been a great increase in the number of inquiries. However, due to the fact that our competitors are also growing, we have not been able to completely convert this growth into sales. That is also a factor contributing to our downward revisions. However, we do plan to continue to invest in the mid to long-term expansion of our corporate value. To give you some background, we are engaged in this business from the perspective of making every life full, based on our altruistic values, and we believe that a home is a basic human right. I think the importance of housing was very much highlighted by the current pandemic. Regarding issues our users currently face, there's so much information to choose from that it's becoming difficult to know which is the most relevant. This is true not only for housing, but also in e-commerce, shopping, or hotels, for example. We have thousands of times more information than 30 years ago, and it's becoming difficult to understand what is actually the best match. In the past, technology, matching technology in particular, was not powerful enough to reach an appropriate level of thoroughness. But now, with innovations in AI and the metaverse, matching technology continues to improve. That is why we are making these investments, to be able to utilize all user information to arrive at the perfect property. On the other hand, real estate companies, our clients, are not satisfied with just receiving a large volume of responses. In large metropolitan areas especially, the number of inquiries can be many times greater than it was 5 or 10 years ago. Since obviously inquiries cannot be ignored, companies have to hire extra staff, including data entry staff for properties and customer service staff to respond to inquiries. And if the closing rate remains the same, one contract out of 10 inquiries can grow to 100 or 1,000, which creates a need for more staff. This means that in addition to advertising costs, personnel costs will also be incurred. Real estate professionals are highly interested in serious leads with a high probability of closure. Therefore, the value we provide is not in the generation of a large number of responses, but in the delivery of customers who are likely to sign a contract. That's why our matching technology is of the utmost importance for us right now. So, although there have been some downward revisions to our business performance, our level of conviction is the same. We are confident that the strategy we are pursuing is the right one. So we are now positioning ourselves as a super hyper assistant that is truly close to the user and can quickly search and find the perfect product for them, as I explained before. Question. Looking at the decline in ARPA on page 6, I'm guessing customers use multiple services, not simply listing and inquiry-based fees, but also various other optional products and services to improve business efficiency. That's my expectation at least. Is competition also responsible for the slowdown in growth? Answer. Inoue. Thank you for your question regarding ARPA and the use of multiple services per customer. Since most of our sales come from fees for inquiries and listings, we are not particularly affected by competition. As I mentioned earlier, we are focusing on home appraisals as a priority service, and we have been ranked number 1 in this area by outside evaluations as well. This business is also growing steadily, and we believe that the future is promising here. As for the impact of the sluggish growth in the unit per customer, the budgets of competing companies have been reduced, and as a result, the unit price per customer has been falling. We are now changing our sales structure so that one salesperson can produce multiple services per month, and our strategy is to increase the unit price by generating sales from support services other than advertising. Question. The real estate investment market is booming, and LIFULL now owns Cambia as a wholly owned subsidiary in this area. Are you creating synergies with this company to ensure growth in the future? Answer. Inoue. Regarding synergies with Cambia, the situation here is favorable. More specifically, we have been working on sales system collaboration for more than 6 months now, and our work is starting to produce results. In the future, we are working on rationalizing and optimizing our promotion and website management, as well as increasing our focus on our priorities, so we expect to see results. Question. The crowdfunding market appears to be growing. Can we expect initiatives in real estate tokenization from your company as well? Answer. Inoue. With real estate STOs or security token offerings, this is proceeding as planned. As we recently disclosed, we had also invested in Hashdash Holdings in March. We expect to begin receiving applications for the first project in the second half of this year, pending discussions between us and Hashdash. In parallel, we believe that the second and subsequent projects are in preparation as well. In addition, since our objective is to create a global real estate STO market, not simply a domestic one, we want to establish inbound and outbound investment routes for overseas projects this year, hopefully by the end of this year. Please stay tuned for more information. Question. Are you going to deal with inbound investments from abroad to Japan? Answer. Inoue. I believe you are referring to the real estate STO market that we just talked about. Of course, we are thinking about it, especially now that the yen has weakened. Foreign funds are turning to Japanese real estate, and we are determined to seize this opportunity.